Hi everyone, it's Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer here at Soul Navigation, and we are here to do part 2 today on my Scorpio soulmates. And we're going to go all the way through, starting with Libra all the way through Pisces. And I'm going to talk to you about these combinations in the deep, the dank, the dark depths of Scorpio's relationship potential. Could it be a soulmate, a friendship, or is it a stalemate energy? Now, I want you to think about this video in a couple different ways. And if you didn't already watch my part 1 video, I hope that you will. So I want you to think about it as if this is your sun sign or your rising sign or your moon sign, or if you have a lot of planets in the 8th house, or if you have a highly scorpionic chart. Okay, so let's say you have a stellium of personal planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Scorpio. Well, this video is for you. Anybody who has those placements, watch this video and you will see how your energy flows with Libra, with Sagittarius, with other Scorpios, Aquariuses, Pisces, and Capricorns. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about is I want you to think about yourself. So if you're Scorpio rising, but you are a Libra sun, I want you to think about these two different elements, energies, zodiac energies in your own soul's experience with life. So this is your relationship, a piece of your relationship, your rising sign, that would be your outlook in life, in relationship to your sun sign, which is your soul and your essence. Okay. So if you've got an Aquarius moon, but you're a Scorpio, we'll watch the compatibility part of this video where I talk about Aquarius energy with Scorpio energy, because that energy, which is a little twisted and a little different, we'll get to it in a minute, is inside of you, making you uniquely you. And so it's really fascinating to watch this video from that perspective too. Like, how does my mind, if it's in if I have Scorpio and Mercury, work with my soul if my soul is a Leo? I go kind of deep. I'm a myth buster and I like to give you guys the truth. And I also want to say thank you to all of my super supporters. If you haven't gotten your perks, send me an email to soulnavigation1111@gmail.com, and please write out your birthday. Don't put 4/11/1984, because I'm going to do April 11th and you're going to live in Zimbabwe and you're going to tell me that you meant November 4th. So write it out. Just write out April, February, whatever for me. Okay. I'm stuck in my American ways and I don't know to put the month second. Anyways, if you haven't gotten your perks, please write to me, check in, write to my team and give us your birthday, your birth info, because we want you to have your perks. I love you, super supporters. Thank you for jumping on board. You get so many perks. Remember that I'm doing a giveaway on Instagram on the 1st of every single month for my super supporters. So you are about to win a big prize and I will announce it on Instagram. So make sure you follow me over there. So I'll be doing a little video to announce the winner. Okay. So that's going to be really fun. And thank you for joining my channel. And if you don't know about it, go watch my video on my homepage on my YouTube channel. And I tell you all about all the perks you get. Now listen to me. I'm not going to go into the depths of what it means to be a friggin' Scorpio. If you know me, probably, hopefully, and if you're a Scorpio, you have already binged the entire Scorpio playlist, right? Hopefully you lived through it and you didn't slash your wrists. Only Scorpios will laugh at that joke. Anyways, go watch my whole entire Scorpio playlist. I go into the deepest crevasses inside the Scorpio soul and psyche and subconscious, and you will just learn so much. So I'm hoping that you're here after. So I'm not going to go into that, but I will, of course, talk about the different dynamics with the compatibility, the different dynamics of Scorpio within the different compatibilities. So we ended with Virgo. So if you are looking for Aries through Virgo, that's part 1. Libra through Pisces, this is part 2. Scorpio and Libra, I'm going to say this is a friend mate. You guys already know Libra is ruled by Venus, and you know that Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars. So any Mars-Venus combination goes well. The Libra energy is going to hold the feminine quality, the feminine qualities inside the relationship. Ironically, I say this ironically, because Libra is a masculine sign and Scorpio is a feminine sign. However, I know it's masculine Venus and Scorpio is feminine Mars. Isn't that weird? So it's Laura Croft Tomb Raider meets Ryan Gosling in La La Land. And can't you see Ryan Gosling? I don't even know his birthday, but I'm just saying, in that movie, can't you see Ryan Gosling as sort of the masculine feminine? You can see Angelina as Laura Croft Tomb Raider as sort of the feminine Mars. I'll say though, I think this relationship works a tiny bit better when the woman is the Libra and the man is the Scorpio. However, it can work the other way too. And for, same gender relationships, that could go either way. That dynamic is too complicated for me to even put my head around. Like, I don't know. The Libra is going to have an artfulness that the Scorpio doesn't naturally have. And so that feminine energy works really well with that Venetian Libra sign. Scorpios are subjective. Libras are objective. And this relationship, I'm going to say, is going to be hard. However, what I want you to do, if this is you, is one of the ways this relationship can be a little bit easier is if the Libra has got some Scorpio in their chart, and if the Scorpio has some Libra in their chart. And oftentimes they do. Oftentimes the Libra has a Mercury in Scorpio, and oftentimes the Scorpio has a Libra in Mercury. And that is going to help immensely. That's going to make this actually doable. And that's why I say it could move into soulmate. Oftentimes too, a Scorpio will have their Venus and Mercury in Libra, and a Libra could have their Venus and Mercury in Scorpio, and who knows where the moon would be, right? But I'm just saying that that's often the case. And if that's you, this could really become sweet. However, I am in this video really just talking about pure Scorpio energy, pure Libra energy. They're next door neighbors, and next door neighbors don't usually get along too well unless they share some planets. So the challenge in this is the objectivity of Libra feels a little bit offensive to the subjective heart and soul and passion of Scorpio. And the reason why is because Scorpio doesn't want to be fair. Don't hate me, Scorpios. But Scorpios believe in loyalty. Now, I'm not saying they can't be fair. I don't mean that. But the fairness that Libra evaluates life, the lens that Libra uses, the objective lens that has Libra evaluating life, comes across as fickle and cool and kind of detached and a little bit clinical for Scorpio's raging, boiling, hot heart. Let's say, for example, if Scorpio is watching their son play, soccer, it's almost like he is just so loyal to his son, he can see no wrongs. And if Libra is watching their son play soccer, they can see the game a little bit more through an objective lens. Like, oh, there's his mistake. Yep, he's a sore loser. Yep, nope, he wasn't the best player on the team. So there's a little more objectivity, and Scorpio can feel disenchanted with that element in Libra. Now, this might not be super loud, and again, I'm not saying Scorpios can't get objective, but just pure Scorpionic energy is loyal before it's objective. It just is, because it attaches it attaches its survival heat. Its survival requires loyalty, not objectivity. And for Libra, its survival requires objectivity. And so this is the piece that gets misunderstood. This is the piece that gets kind of icky sticky. Scorpio is deeply, deeply emotionally complex. And when I say complex, I want you to think about unraveling a cotton ball. And thread by thread. And each one of those threads are a feeling or a thought. That's how complex a Scorpio is. And it's drawn to the darker, more melancholy parts of life. It wants to watch the inner psyche of the serial killer on Netflix. And Libra wants to watch the beautiful, American in Paris with Gene Kelly and Singing in the Rain, and wants to watch the rom-com. So Libra sort of feels at times that Scorpio is too jealous and too brooding and too friggin' intense for the happier, more social, more overly concerned with beauty Libra. Libra has got to feel liked by others to thrive in life. Libra cannot feel that people believe they are mean-spirited and be okay with it. Scorpio doesn't care. Scorpio is, they care when they are in love with the person and when they're loyal to the person, but they really don't care if they've hurt a stranger's feelings. If it was the truth and if they deserved it, they had it coming. They don't care. And so there's a cutting sort of semi-sinister sarcasm in them. And that hurts, that wounds Libra. Libra almost can't handle that level of tenacious or ferocious directness. Libra cannot handle the stinger of the Scorpio. Like they'll just crumble, they will melt. Libra wants everybody to be happy and beautiful and kind of look a little picture perfect. And Libra strives, like Taurus, for harmony. Taurus strives a little bit more for peace, and Libra strives a little bit more for beauty and harmony. And that's not what motivates Scorpio. Scorpio is more motivated by, I don't know, the dark comedy, if you will, or dark humor. I have to tell you this little side note. It's super cute. So my daughter, I've told you in the last video, she's got a lot of Scorpio in her chart. She's double Scorpio. And she knows that I really love her when I give her like a scorpionic compliment, where it's not too nice. She's like, yeah, that's when I know you love me, Mom. And she doesn't love the Libra compliments, she doesn't believe them. She thinks like, what do you want? I don't really believe you. But if I give her kind of a dark and twisted compliment or put down in a way, like, yeah, that's not your most flattering outfit, but you can pull it off. She believes me. So Scorpios really, 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 really want the ugly truth over a really beautiful lie. And I said that in my last video, and it's true. And Libra has a very hard time saying the ugly truth. I'm not saying they would rather a pretty lie, but they want to dress things up so they feel good. And Scorpio just sort of can feel like Libra is fake at the end of the day. Libra is diplomatic and will sort of fib to spare feelings. And Scorpio doesn't date and certainly does not marry. Fibbers. You know what fibbers are? Fibbers are liars. Scorpio does not date, liars. So if you're a Libra, you better get in touch with the dirty, gritty, nasty, snarly, cynical truth in order to date your Scorpio. They'll like you more. I know, it's crazy. Cuckoo, right? Like, why are they gonna like me more? They're gonna like me more if I'm kind of mean? Yeah. Don't worry. They can handle it. They want that. Scorpio is going to feel kind of at the end of the day, like, especially if Libra is not developed, psychologically developed or deep, that they're sort of blasé and they're cavalier, to commitment and to responsibility because they're always weighing their options and they are plagued with ambivalence. They don't always know exactly what they want. And Scorpio knows exactly what they want, when they want it, how they're going to get it, when they're going to get it, and what they're going to get. I mean, they know and why they deserve it. So Scorpio doesn't trust Libra's ambivalence. Scorpio, when they make a commitment, they're 1000% in. When Libra makes a commitment, they're, yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. Yeah. I'm mostly in it. Yeah. No, we're good. I'm feeling it. That's Libra. That's not good enough for Scorpio. Scorpio will get their feelings hurt over that, over their ambivalence. So if you are born in October and late October and you're a Libra, chances are you're probably going to have your your Venus and your Mercury and maybe Mars in Scorpio. And so this could be a little bit different. If you don't know me, please tell me you know this. We don't do sun sign astrology. You've got to look at the whole entire chart, and the chart really matters here. I'm kind of praying that Libra has either really developed themselves, that they have some Scorpio in their chart, or they have other water or earth signs in their chart that are deep, that are really, really, really deep and unafraid to go into the darkness of life. Libra is, the flower that grows on the surface, and Scorpio is the roots underneath the ground, right? And the root cycle, and down, 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 deep, right? Where nobody can see. And so Scorpio really has to appreciate Libra's social life and beauty, and not get jealous. And Libra gives Scorpio a lot to be jealous over, a lot. Libra is gorgeous. Libra is liked. Libra is darling and charming and adorable, and can be a social genius, and is so highly intelligent, can talk to anybody. You guys, did you watch my Libra videos? Watch my Everything Libra Part 2 video. Oh my God, I go into the intelligence of Libra, because Libra is really, really misunderstood. Scorpio will like how smart Libra is, but I think Scorpio could get jealous over, Scorpio could get jealous over how popular Libra is and how charming. Libras just ooze charm. Scorpio oozes magnetism. They sit in the back of the bar, on a bar stool sipping a martini, and they're just like a magnet. They don't even have to try. They just ooze bond power, But Libra actually tries. They're walking around meeting everybody at the party, and it's just so easy, and it's so much fun. And other people fill Libra up. Other people exhaust Scorpio. So this is a very hard relationship to have unless you have borrowed energies. Okay, if you are a Libra Scorpio person, tell me how this plays out inside of you. How do you fuse these energies together? Help everybody. Let's build a community where we share our stories. And I love my channel because it's really pretty safe. It's very rare that I get a negative comment on here. And I feel like this channel is really filled with love and light and enlightenment, and enlightened souls have found me. And I appreciate that about you. So please subscribe if you like my work, like deeper astrology, deeper conversations. And also leave a comment if you do have a Libra Scorpio combo in your life. Look at this with, if you're a mother, is this your child? If you're a child, is this your parent? Is this your sibling? Is this your favorite uncle? Is this your least favorite aunt? Is this your best friend? And tell me your Libra Scorpio story, and where were the pitfalls, and what are the juicy parts? What are the juicy bits? Let us all know. I want to know. Okay, we're going to go into Scorpio and Scorpio, but I want to tell you guys, there's so many videos that I want to do for you. It's like I can't get to my material fast enough. I run a practice. I give readings all day long. And I also have a team that is outrageously talented. If you don't know my team, I hope you'll go to soulnavigation.com, check them all out, and pick somebody to help you read your chart, because it is so fascinating. I'm booked a few months in advance, so it's hard to get onto my calendar, but I do have incredible readers at Soul Navigation. So I want you to check them out. And I'm going to try to keep bringing you guys really good content. I want to do a series on Chiron. I still have to finish my Rising Sign series. I still have to finish this Soulmate series. Oh my God, there's so much to do. I would love for you to leave me a comment below and let me know what else you would like for me to do. I have a whole list over here of videos already that I want to do. I have this whole list. So it's like, how am I going to do it all? Oh my gosh, I'm almost to 40,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I'm so close. I think I'm 1,100 subscribers away. So please subscribe to my channel. Please, please. I want to get to 40,000. It was my personal marathon milestone goal, and I wanted to do it by the end of the year. So I'm so close, and I need your help. So if you've already subscribed, send this video to somebody who you think would really like it. and ask them to be a subscriber. I would be so, so grateful. Okay, Scorpio with Scorpio. Let me tell you, this, I think this is a soulmate relationship, but this is like so, God, so dangerous. It's like, it's sort of like hugging a suicide bomber, praying that it doesn't blow up. I know. Hopefully you Scorpios can like appreciate my sick sense of humor. Oh my God. The Scorpio parts of me are talking to you. I'm not a Scorpio though. Yeah, hopefully. I usually don't offend my Scorpios. My Scorpios usually really like me. I don't know. I'm a little sick and twisted at times. But, and I thank you for that because I take Scorpio's compliments like into the bowels of my soul because they don't give them very often. Anyways, this is like so treacherous and so dangerous. But if the Scorpios are healthy, and I mean mentally healthy, like if you're not just stunted in your growth, this can work. So if your self-development is not in retrograde, if you will, going backwards, this could really be dynamic and powerful and beautiful. This could be absolutely out of this world. However, it is treacherous. It's a minefield, truthfully. When I think about Scorpio couples, a lot of them just don't survive for a long time. I wrote some couples down here because I wanted to see, who has this combination that we know. But I think the most famous Scorpio couple was Kris and Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, you can see where that went. So there's a landmine, right? Like poof, blow up. Well, Julia Roberts dated Dylan McDermott for a while, and then that blew up. And that was when she was filming Pretty Women. And Julia's a Scorpio, that blew up. Linda Evans dated Yanni. Those are both Scorpios, interestingly enough. Do you guys remember Linda Evans from Dynasty? That was so long ago. I mean, that's so old Americana, but that blew up after 9 years. Sierra, and remember when she was with that NBA star, she loves Scorpios, but now she's with Russell Wilson, who's a Sagittarius. And then remember when Sierra was with Future and she had a hard time getting away from him and he created all those problems for her? Yeah, that was Scorpio. So it's like, this is a really hard combination. It is so, so intense though. The thing is, they both value privacy. They both value loyalty. They have the same motivations. There is a smoldering hotness, fearlessness with two Scorpios. They understand each other without having to talk about anything. It's almost like I see you, I get you, I know you. There's this intimate and innate depth to them that's just automatic. And there's a psychic connection and intuitiveness, and there's a sexual chemistry that's unbelievable. But it's like we've got two people that are going to have to jockey for power. Scorpios don't like to be the one that is insubordinate. So who in this relationship is going to hold the power? And can they be healthy enough where, I let you have the power at this time, and then you let me have the power this time, and we share. But the problems in this relationship are going to be really intense problems. And the fights in this relationship are going to be like probably close to insane. I mean, other signs would say they're insane. Scorpio wouldn't, but the dishes are going to go flying. This is really hot tempered. And there's got to be a deal about power and control. Scorpio is going to also, though, love so ferociously and so deeply that I'll tell you one thing is about Scorpios is they do have a hard time leaving. And you will see that these people a Scorpio relationship will have a lot of back and forths, break up, get together, break up, get together, break up, get together, break up, get together, endlessly. And that might be their entire relationship of just making up, breaking up, making up, breaking up. It's almost like these two energies, once they are bonded, they don't want to leave. They would rather stay in a little bit of a miserable relationship together than experience the pain and suffering of being without one another. And so it can become psychologically very, very intense and even unhealthy. And if these are destructive people or undeveloped people or underdeveloped people, this is lethal weapon. Part 3. Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon, Part 3, for real. It's like, it can be very dangerous. It can be like putting gasoline on a fire in a way, although this is a water sign. So this relationship would be about transformation, and the partners would transform one another. With that, the other partner would have to welcome being transformed. The other thing is your partner can see right through you. It would be very hard for a Scorpio to lie to another Scorpio. So this relationship would have to be like honesty at all costs. And it would probably make other people feel a little bit uncomfortable with how they speak to each other with such transparent honesty, like just cutting truths, like just slicing you wide open. But if it's done with a great amount of love, and there's a psychic connection, or they can explore the psychic world together or the spiritual world together, these people could transform the world. This is power couple to the nth degree. These people would bring so much power to the world, and they could really become true transformers in the world and with themselves. So if you have this combination with somebody in your life, let me know how. How do you manage power in this relationship? Who holds the power? One thing that I want to say about this, my cat wants in. One thing that I want to say about this is you really, really need to look at the moon sign. You need to look at the moon sign, and you really need to have really healthy Mars aspects. She can't be stuck out there. Mars rules Scorpio. So you guys have to have good Mars-Pluto or Mars-Mars or Pluto-Pluto aspects. So look at what's going on with Mars. And if you have a good Mars-Mars connection, the chances are that this will be a lot easier. Also good moons. If you have compassionate and sweet moons, I wouldn't want anybody to have a Taurus moon in a Scorpio-Scorpio relationship. Or if you do, you just have to really be willing to grow and self-develop, because that opposition could be very, very painful. It could be so overwhelmed. If you do have a Taurus moon, I hope your Venus is in a supportive place to your Scorpio sun and your Taurus moon. So it's a little bit complex, this one. It's not simple. It could be very, very powerful though. Okay, let's talk about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, I would say this is not so easy. This one is hard too. Now, this could go fairly okay if the Scorpio or the Sag has sharing planets. So if you're a Scorpio and you have some Sagittarius, or if you're a Sagittarius and you have some Scorpio in your chart. So this is kind of a love-hate relationship. I don't want to call it a total stalemate, because I think it could possibly work out if the people are healthy and if you have overlap. This is very similar to Libra in that sense. But I will tell you, it is hard. I'm torn between stalemate and friendmate. Stalemate if the people are unhealthy, and friendmate if the people are healthy. This relationship has the potential to exhaust the other person. Scorpios crave security, and they brood, and they're nostalgic. And Sagittarius is crave adventure and independence, and they have their focus on the future. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. What's next? What's next? What's next? And Scorpio is like high precision focus. And Scorpio's going to feel like Sagittarius is flighty and exaggerated and too dramatic and too big. And Sagittarius is one of the happiest signs of the zodiac. Scorpio is deeply in touch with the poignant melancholy. They are deeply in touch with the sorrowful soul, or the sorrow that lives in the soul, I should probably say. Scorpio is in touch with the entire gamut of complex feelings. And Sag just has a hard time going into the darker conversations and the darker places in life. Sagittarius sometimes does not feel like they really have time to sit down and explore feelings. Now that will be different if your Sagittarius has a lot of Scorpio in their chart. And then they probably can go in and do some deep soul searching. But if you have a highly extroverted Sagittarius, they don't have time to sit and stew and brew and pick apart, you know, all of those feelings, especially the negative ones. They don't really enjoy, like a Leo, they don't really enjoy the negative feelings. Sag gets overwhelmed with Scorpio's need to go within and live within. And Sag wants to get out and have adventures and do things and explore. And oftentimes Scorpio does its exploring in here. Sag feels like Scorpio sulks, and Scorpio feels like Sagittarius is too busy for them and can feel quite neglected by Sagittarius's focus on, you know, everything but them. If they're good together and if they're healthy, Sagittarius will bring Scorpio out of its internal world and will show them a colorful external world and take them to places that they probably wouldn't necessarily visit or go to on their own. They probably would gravitate towards other things. And Scorpio can really help Sagittarius make meaning out of their life, giving them rich, meaningful experiences. You know, I think that sexually, this could be a really fun and good and sexy combination. And I say that because I think Sagittarius will be willing to play out Scorpio's fantasies. Sagittarius isn't so uptight. They're willing to be adaptable and flexible and try new things. And Scorpio will probably sort of force, I say that gently, force Sagittarius to deepen their sexual connection, to really merge with one. So it's now no longer just you and me, it's us as one unit. And Sagittarius isn't really capable of doing that without Scorpio. Or Cancer or Pisces, you know, Sagittarius isn't capable of creating that on their own. That's what Scorpio would bring to them. It would force Sagittarius to calm and relax and go in and experience love so vastly differently, experience love deeply. Now, Scorpio is going to get very paranoid with Sagittarius's larger than life social calendar, travel calendar, on the road lifestyle. And Sagittarius is going to have to be willing to be stalked on Find My Friends constantly, share a password, you know, and do whatever it takes to make Scorpio feel comfortable that they're not cheating. Sagittarius has a hard time with commitment. They're not born evil people. They just don't want to be bossed around and controlled and stuck with one person who's going to be a Debbie Downer. They don't want to do that. They don't want to be stuck inside of somebody's, you know, dark hellhole. That's just like, we're never getting out of this cave. We're never leaving. We're going to be living in this dungeon for the rest of my life. I can't do it, right? So Sagittarius doesn't want to get trapped. So they struggle with commitment. They struggle with just buying into the Scorpio theme song, you know, day after day after day after day after day after day. And so they seek outlets. And if Scorpio is going to get paranoid with those outlets, because a lot of Sagittarius, not all, certainly not all, struggle with fidelity because they get bored out of their gourd with the one theme song in the dungeon, right? And it's not really the dungeon, I get it, but it's predictable, it's stable, it's one way, it lacks the variety probably that Sagittarius craves. And I'm not speaking sexually, I'm just speaking experientially. And Sagittarius needs the poo-poo platter at the Hawaiian restaurant. They need, you know, to read the whole menu. They're going to try something new every time. And Scorpio knows what it likes and chooses that same thing. If Scorpio can't allow Sagittarius to have variety, not necessarily with partners, but with life experiences, and starts to develop a paranoia and starts stalking them and questioning them and controlling them, Sagittarius will bolt like a racehorse, like a wild horse, I should say, that will just literally run away and probably ghost and not be very nice and be blasé about it, and just probably won't be able to handle it. You know, is Sagittarius evil? Is Sagittarius flaky and flighty? No, Sagittarius has a craving for independence and freedom and variety and exploration. Sagittarius is the explorer, and you can't trap an explorer and expect them to be happy. So if you're with a Sagittarius and you are a Scorpio, please let me know. I know a lot of Scorpios hate Sagittarius, and they think that they're so, you know, they're philanderers and they're cheaters and they're liars. They're really not. They just, their survival is, I have to explore the world. I have to be able to see and understand cultures and people and experiences. And if they feel trapped by Scorpio, it gets ugly. So this Scorpio has to be very confident to be with a Sagittarius. I mean, oh my God, you cannot be insecure as a Scorpio and win a Sagittarius. It won't work. And the Sagittarius is not usually the insecure one with Scorpio, although they can be. They're not usually. Sagittarius is wide open with its feelings. And it says what it means, and it means what it says usually. And they're just really transparent. They don't have a lot to hide. They can't even remember their lies. They are terrible liars. They don't really have a great ability to lie because they don't have time. They just want to, you know, sort of move through their life. I don't know if I want to say with honesty, but I want to say with transparency. It's almost like being secretive requires a ton of energy for a Sag. So this is what I want to say about this combination. And I have a lot to say. I mean, I could go on about this combination for years. I could speak on this combination for probably 8 years and still not get all the way through it. The amount of effort that it takes for a Sagittarius to rein their energy in tightly and to create high precision focus and to only see you, talk to you, be with you. You are my everything. You are my universe. You are my world. You know, I commit to you, solely to you, and narrow, sort of introverted focus like that. That requires so much energy inside Sagittarius. Can they do it? Yes. But it requires everything they've got. So they don't do it very easily. They don't make that level of a commitment very easily to anybody. Maybe after Gemini, the hardest sign to get to walk down the aisle. I mean, it's just very, it takes every cell in their body to be able to create that kind of commitment. Now they can do it, and plenty do it well. They have something else in their chart though. Now, for Scorpio to expand and not be committed and to be freewheeling and be sampling the poo-poo platter and, you know, be out there and loud and have extroversion as their vision and see the big picture and be the explorer and be gregariously open and, you know, walking through all these different adventures and seeing the light in the world. That takes so much energy for Scorpio. So for a Scorpio to be like a Sag and for a Sag to be like a Scorpio, it's exhausting. Can they do it? Yes, but it requires every cell in their body. That's why I said this is a relationship that will become exhausting. Capricorn, I would say this is a soulmate relationship, but I won't say it's easy. You know, no relationship with a Scorpio is going to be easy. No one ever said dating a Scorpio is going to be easy. Here's my Scorpio coffee cup from this morning. And my coffee cup says, Scorpio, forceful, emotional, determined and persistent, passionate, jealous, and obstinate. Scorpios did not come on earth to have it easy. No, Scorpios came on earth to transform. So if I am going to be God for a minute. Let me just play and be God for a minute. I don't want to offend anybody. But look at this agate, right? Agates on the outside are really, really unattractive. They're just the ugliest stones. They're kind of like the toad. But on the inside, when they're polished, they are so gorgeous, right? Look at what Mother Nature has created, this purple, gorgeous agate. This is transformation. Literally, like it is the ugliest stone on the outside. It just looks like a dinosaur scale on the outside. Like you could walk past an agate on your walk and it's so ugly, and you slice it open, you polish it, and it looks like this. That's the process of transformation. You think that's easy? You think doing that is easy? No. I don't know what minerals this took, what this required to create this kind of dynamic beauty. But that is the power of Scorpio. They didn't come here to create happiness and joy. They came here. I'm not saying they can't be happy and they can't find joy, but what brings them happiness and joy is the ability to transform, right? Taking an ugly rock and transforming it into this gorgeous, gorgeous stone, something like that. And so transformation is so powerful. So Scorpios like things that are kind of hard, and Capricorns are kind of hard. This relationship is not simple, but I do still consider it a soulmate relationship because it's powerful. There's powerful transformation in the Capricorn Scorpio connection. They're both intensely hard workers. They both can be workaholics. Capricorn is the workaholic. Scorpio might be the workaholic. It can go both ways. Neither of them have a problem with commitment or loyalty usually. They both hang on through the hard times. Both of these signs are really committed in the hardest of times. They're not looking for, the confetti, the mirror ball on the dance floor. Woo, no, they're not. They are looking for the kind of loyalty that will be there for you when your life is just gone to shit, when your life looks like hell, when you're taking your last breath, when you might be facing your own mortality, right? That's the kind of love and devotion these two can give to one another. They both want security to the same degree, and they're both equally good with money. I mean, wow, they both can make big money. They both usually have relationships with gold. Yeah, with money. They know how to invest their money, usually save their money. They put together a financial plan that's like, wow, this is also a power couple. It's not the kind of power couple that will transform life. It's the power couple that will buy real estate and become millionaires and then do something with those millions. This is usually literally a financial power couple. And they know how to build long-term security. They know how to create a legacy. These people will create a legacy that will live beyond themselves. This is the powerhouse couple. Scorpio and Capricorn both are have a due diligence and a practical knowledge and know-how to get things done. They have a great smoldering physical chemistry. The main issue here is, again, it's like the Scorpio Scorpio. Scorpio both there's two Mars rulers, right? So Mars and Mars, it's like brothers, who's going to take it over. This is Mars and Saturn. And it's Mars and Saturn and Pluto and Saturn. And so, who's going to win? I think Capricorn is probably going to win because it's really hard. Mars is kind of impetuous and Saturn stays in its wisdom and authority. Capricorn refuses to lose, so does Mars. So that's where it can get a little bit dangerous. Scorpio has better intuition than Capricorn, just to be very honest. Capricorn is better with pragmatic details and staying detached. And so Scorpio could probably manipulate and play chess in a way to get their way with Capricorn. So I would say that Capricorn probably has the overt power and Scorpio has the covert power. Scorpio will run its power behind the scenes in an invisible way where they won't reveal to Capricorn that they're manipulating them or they're manipulating the situation for Scorpio to get the advantage. It's just how Scorpio operates. They hold secret power and they don't want to put all their power out there in front. A Sagittarius will say, okay, here's my weaponry, here's my arsenal, and here's my battle plan. I'm going to take Madagascar after I capture all of Africa in the game of Risk, right? Where you play with the Scorpio, you have no idea what they're going to do. They're not going to announce their next move, no. And so they'll play with Capricorn that way. Where they're going to struggle also is Capricorn doesn't like the emotional goo. Capricorn doesn't like goo of any sort. They're like Virgos. They don't like goo. Like, don't give me the gooey, icky, sticky, gooey, ugh. Don't touch me with all your emotional goo. For those of you who don't speak English natively, I apologize. I hope you understand me and my analogies, and I hope you don't take me literally. Like, I speak in metaphors almost all the time. So tell me if you don't speak English as a native language, but and I confuse you with my humor and my metaphors. I'm so sorry. And I love how many people from around the world, watch this channel. I can't tell you how extraordinary it makes me feel, how happy it makes me feel that my videos are watched everywhere. Somebody wrote me today from Nepal. I'm like, oh my God, you're watching me from Nepal? I'm so honored. I'm so honored. If you're not a super supporter, come join my community and you'll get to see all my more personal videos where I talk more personally about my life and about astrology in a deeper way. And come join. I'm using people's charts. I'm using my super supporters charts to do cold readings. And I'm going to do one of those coming up soon, probably this week. So you'll get to find out if you're a super supporter if I used your chart. And on those super supporter videos, I want you, not on this video, but on the super supporter videos where I look at people's charts, I would like for you to tell me on those videos, just so it's easy for me to find, because it's less views, less comments, so I can find you more easily, if I can use your chart. So just give me permission. And I love doing it. So if you're a super supporter, you could get your chart read. Anyways, back to Capricorn. Scorpio is going to struggle with Capricorn because they're just like a dog that doesn't want to roll over on its back. They won't be filleted open. I mean, do you have a Capricorn in your life, and have you ever seen them cry? Yeah, it's rare. So they're hard to connect with emotionally. They're hard to get them to submit. It's hard to get a Capricorn to ever be vulnerable. It's hard for a Capricorn. They have feelings, but it's hard for them to reveal them. It's hard for them to talk about what they need, what they desire, what they want. If they need help, they won't tell you. And Scorpio needs that connection. And so if Capricorn, you don't have any water in your chart, or you don't have the ability to be vulnerable, you're going to really mess it up with your Scorpio, because Scorpio needs that level of vulnerability and passion to feel truly connected at the deepest soul level. I mean, Scorpio wants to infiltrate and merge so deeply with the one person they choose. And if they're choosing you and you can't give that to them, they're going to feel the vacancy. It's not going to be fun. Yeah, so that's what can be hard about it. Tell me if you have a Capricorn Scorpio relationship, or if you're Capricorn rising or Capricorn moon with a Scorpio sun. How do you blend this together? How do you do that? If you guys want to know more and you want to go in really, really deep, you should buy my Lovers package. In the Lovers package, you get both of your natal charts. You get your deep dive report, which is my favorite report. It is so, so good. You can buy that alone if you want it. And then you get your love and compatibility report. And what I like about this particular report is it shows you the relationship from, say, the Capricorn's perspective, and then it shows you the relationship from the Scorpio person's perspective. And you'll get to see how the other person sort of thinks and sees you. It's very, very fascinating. It's one of my very favorite packages that I sell on my website. You just have to click the shop tab on my soulnavigation.com website, and it will take you to my store, and you'll see all my Aura quartz crystal necklaces, all the reports that I sell, and my t-shirts too. Don't forget to look at my t-shirts. Okay, let's talk about Aquarius. So this, I would say, is this is a stalemate relationship. I would say this is one of the hardest relationships to have. Any relationship is possible. It's just going to matter how hard you want to work and how healthy you are as a human being. Are you on your way to enlightenment? And an enlightened Aquarian can be with anybody. But for Scorpio to get their needs met by the Aquarian, it's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to take a very unique Scorpio. I mean, this Scorpio is going to have Gemini or Aquarius in their chart to really make this work. This is going to be tough. The head and the heart really collide with this sort of Aquarius Scorpio stalemate connection. Scorpio is suspicious of everyone until they prove themselves to the Scorpio. Like they start kind of like, why should I trust you? You know, and then you need to earn my trust. Where Aquarius has like never met a stranger. Aquarius is sort of a social and gregarious friend to all people. And they'll give their shirt off their back for a stranger. They'll rescue people in danger. So will Scorpio. Scorpio will actually do that too. But Scorpio doesn't really want to get involved with, you know, all the people that Aquarius wants to get involved with. And Scorpio is very discerning, where Aquarius just isn't as discerning as Scorpio. Aquarius asserts its energy and Scorpio receives energy. So Scorpio doesn't put itself out there like Aquarius does. Aquarius is air, and so it kind of initiates, where Scorpio holds back and lets people and opportunities find them. Aquarius, this is where I think the pitfall is, a big one. Aquarius refuses to play a game with anyone. Aquariuses don't play games. They for real don't. Now, if you're Scorpio, you're going to think that the Aquarius's behavior is playing a game with you. No, they're actually like that. They're actually that cuckoo. And I say that so lovingly. I know. My Aquarians on my channel absolutely know that I love and adore them, and they can handle my insults, because they're not really insults at all. When the Aquarian isn't calling you, Scorpio, like hasn't called for 3 days, and you think it's a strategy, it's a chess move, it's a game, oh, they're just trying to be cool and aloof. No. They are aloof. They're not trying to be aloof. They are aloof. They're not trying to be cool. They are cool. They're not trying to be cold as ice. They are cold as ice. I mean, just right now, right? You can warm them up. But they're not mushy like that. They don't need to call you every day. They're not playing a game. I promise you. But Scorpio can't believe that. Scorpio thinks like, oh, this is them trying to play hard to get. No, they are hard to get. Right, Aquarians? I want you to tell them that I'm not wrong about this. They really are, they're discombobulated with their energy. So they'll call you 3 days in a row, then they forget for a week, then they call you every hour on Monday, then they skip Tuesday, then they're, I don't know how to say it, but they're like a pinball wizard, like bing, 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 bing. There's no rhyme. You can't get a rhythm out of an Aquarius. Yes, the rhythm you can get is the non-rhythm. There isn't gonna be one. I have so many fun Aquarius stories, and if you're a super supporter, you've already heard some of them, but I'm collecting Aquarius stories like on the daily, because my husband is an Aquarian, and oh my God, he's just like maddening. He's just like so much fun, because life is so unpredictable and you just don't know what you're going to get. It's like Jack in the Box, you know, dee, 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 bing. And Scorpio just doesn't deal with that very well. They take offense by it. They feel like, God, I must not be loved, or what am I doing wrong? Or why can't I get like the consistent stream of attention or love or passion that I desire or crave? And it's because Aquarius doesn't work like that. They're sort of stop-start. 5 steps forward, 2 steps back, 20 steps forward, 1 step back, 7 steps forward, 6 steps back, 80 steps forward, 90 steps back. You're like, where am I? Oh my God, on the yellow brick road, where am I? Did I go forward or backwards, or am I in the same place? Am I wasting my time? That's the number one question I get with Scorpio asking about their Aquarius. Am I wasting my time? No, not at all. You just have to get to the beat of the non-rhythm. There's no rhythm. Aquarius will get exhausted by sort of those mystery games that Scorpio will play with Aquarius, because Aquarius isn't actually playing the game. And Aquarius isn't playing the game with anyone, to tell you the truth. And Scorpio is controlling. They want a controlled outcome. They want predictable steps to get a controlled outcome. And what is Aquarius? Aquarius is a little bit like Sagittarius, where they command freedom. The hardest part of Aquarius is they will poof out of there. They'll just be like gone. Sagittarius always kind of comes back. Like they might ghost you a little bit, but they come back almost always. Almost like, did you guys watch my forgiveness video? Yeah, you should watch my forgiveness video. I go through all the signs and tell you about forgiveness. Sagittarius always comes back. They try 5 times. Aquarius, no, they don't come back. They ghost you. They literally ghost you. They slice it off and they leave and they don't come back. They don't have a need to try again. So Scorpios, you should get a mini love reading. If you're involved with an Aquarius, oh my God, just get a little mini love reading with somebody from Team Soul Navigation. You can go to soulnavigation.com, look at my readers, click on book a reading and book a reading. This is one of the hardest combinations in the entire Zodiac. This is so hard. If you're doing this, I want to know you. And if you're doing it well, leave some advice for Scorpios and Aquariuses on how they can make it work, because this is hard, people. This is so hard. This is not easy. They're both fixed signs, so they're both really stubborn, and neither one of them wants to be told what to do. So now we've got Saturn and Uranus as the rulers and Mars. So with Capricorn, we had Saturn and Pluto and Mars, and now we have Uranus and Saturn with Pluto and Mars. That is so tough. So there's going to be power struggles. Like Aquarius is just going to say, don't boss me, don't control me, don't tell me what to wear, don't tell me where to be, don't tell me what to eat, don't try to redress me, don't try to redo me. No, 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 no. And Aquarius is going to be really, really unique and very open-minded. And I don't want to say Scorpio is closed-minded, but they are far more closed-minded than Aquarius, because they have preferences, they have discernments, they know what they like, they know what they hate. Aquarius is like, I don't know, let's try it all. Let's try it on. I don't really know what I hate. I've never tried it. Let me try it. Let's see. I don't know if Scorpio likes the fact that their Aquarian comes home with blue hair, or let's say it like this. If Scorpio isn't going to be sexually attracted to it, Scorpio doesn't want to play. So if I'm Aquarius and I'm with a Scorpio, and Scorpio's used to seeing me one way, and all of a sudden I come home and I'm like, I'm going to go natural gray. A lot of older women are doing that, right? I'm going to go natural gray. I don't want to be blonde anymore. I'm going to go natural gray, which, by the way, I don't have any gray hair yet. I don't know if I'm going to get gray hair, but a lot of brunette women, even in their 40s, they go gray faster. So let's say they want to go gray and they want to be natural, and they just come home one day and they just announce to their Scorpio husband or wife, I'm going to go all gray, and I think it's going to be natural. I think it's going to look beautiful. And Scorpio's like, what? No, I'm not attracted to that. Don't do that. Nope, it's going to make you look old. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. No. That's the kind of power struggle that they'll get into. And Aquarius is going to be like, don't tell me what to do. My body, my rights, my hair. Can you see this, right? There is no way you're going to tell an Aquarian not to do that. Aquarian's going to come home and be like, I'm a vegan. And Scorpio's going to be like, what the hell? We've been eating meat for 50 years. I just went out and bought a steak. Nope, not eating it. You think you can tell an Aquarian not to be a vegan if they want to be a vegan? No way. So this is a power struggle with values, with, oh my God, it is, and they're both fixed. So it is endless clashing agendas. Are you an Aquarius? Did you date a Scorpio? You guys, tell us some of your stories. I want to hear your stories. Okay, now we're going to end with a bang. We're going to end with Pisces. Can you hear the angels sing? Yes. This is like soulmate connection. This is so deep, so raw, so real, so tender. What I want to say is, Scorpios, be kind to Pisces. Pisces cannot handle your stinger. You will wound your Pisces quite potentially forever. Pisces is tender and fragile, and they're afraid to go where you want to take them. But if you hold their hand, if you wrap them up in love, if you are kind to them, if you see them in their vulnerability, they will be strong for you. They will go with you. They will follow you. They will trust you, and they will give you all of them. Now, Pisces, don't get swallowed up by your Scorpio. No, keep your own identity. Keep your own poetry in your soul and let it be expressed. Be your own person. Don't merge so deeply that you lose yourself completely. Pisces can completely, eventually, merge with Scorpio and totally, completely lose themselves. They can lose where they came from. They can give up their families. They can give up their space. They can give up their room. They can give up their house. And they can end up doing the theme song that Scorpio wants to do. And then they can wake up one day and go, who am I? Right? And Scorpio, Pisces will bring you a fairy tale. Pisces will bring you the sweetest, most succulent life you've ever had. Pisces will love you like a love that you could only dream of, a love that you never actually even believed in. And this can be one of the most powerful combinations in the world. This kind of power couple is more esoteric. It's more energetic. Love that will heal and transform the world. And if you have this inside of your own soul, you probably breathe life into people who feel like they're dying. A transformative earth angel that has healing powers at a psychic level. Who are you? I want to know if you're Pisces Scorpio prominent in your chart. So if you have a Scorpio stellium in the 12th house, if you're Scorpio rising with a Pisces moon, if you're Pisces Mars Venus with a Scorpio sun, if you have prominent placements of Scorpio Pisces, and what do? Does your art transform the soul? Are you an artist that puts a lot of death and rebirth into your artwork? Like, who are you? You know, that would be really a beautiful and interesting combination. So this is really beautiful inside. Also, if you're a parent, if you're a Scorpio parent raising a Pisces child, how was that? The Scorpio can feel a little bit like the Pisces is lost, or needs more direction, or needs more, more of like a stable program, and can kind of offer that to Pisces, but Pisces doesn't necessarily love that. It's good for them. It's like eating broccoli, good vitamin for them, but be gentle with that. Be gentle with that, because Pisces needs inspiration to be creative, and and you know how you can have writer's block? That creativity can be very fragile. So it can come in flashes and in bursts. But Scorpio could be too harsh and squash that inspiration. And so that creativity can be killed off for a time being. And so Scorpio needs to come to Pisces with sort of their intuition and gentleness. And Pisces will soften Scorpio. Pisces will make Scorpio feel love and trust, and will fulfill the depths of their desires. I mean, Pisces is one of the few signs that has the ability to truly fulfill Scorpio's needs, and do it quite easily. Now, Pisces has to toughen up to deal with Scorpio's truths. And Pisces has a loose relationship to truth, and Scorpio has a severe relationship to truth. Pisces feels truth is subjective and relative, and Scorpio feels truth is moral and exacting. And so they have a different relationship to truth. So Scorpio can become a little bit suspicious of Pisces because Pisces just, sees life sort of like watercolor paintings, where Scorpio sees the pixelation in the screen, the little dots, the precise little dots, high focus, no filter. And Pisces has like the glamour soft focus filter on the camera. And so it's kind of fuzzy. So Pisces' relationship to truth is a little bit altered. I'm not saying that they're just flat out liars. It's just they see like that. They see through the fairy tale lens a lot. And Scorpio doesn't. Scorpio sees the raw grit. And so if you can blend those two and fuse those two together, you can get something so gorgeous. Just so, so, so beautiful. If you have this combination, I'm wondering, do you do film? Do you do glamour? Do you do fashion? Do you do beauty? Do you do photography? Or are you a healer? Are you a shaman? Are you a shamanic healer? Do you work with hospice? Are you some sort of nurse that makes people's lives sweeter? Do you work on the portals between life and death? I think that, one of my favorite people in the world, she's a doctor. She delivers babies and she stands there at the portal. She's at that portal. She's that very first person that holds that soul when that soul arrives. That's transformation. Anyways, I hope you guys love this video. I hope I see you again next week. I'm here every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be doing a super supporters video. Hopefully I'll be using your chart. Come join my channel. Take good care. I can't wait to see you next week. And from my home here in Seattle to wherever you're at in the world, Iran, Nepal, Russia, Denmark, Costa Rica, wherever you're at, I'm just so blessed and honored you're here. Help me get to 40,000 subscribers. I can't wait. Bye for now. Take good care.